Today I would like to present my reflections on a beautiful and heart-touching bait of Shah Abdul Latif Pitai from Shah Salo from Sur Leela. Leela is the name of a woman. She was wife of King Chanesar of Sindh, and it has been developed a conflict between the wife and husband on a necklace, and that necklace was provided or gifted to the Leela by another woman, Kauru by name. And against that necklace, it was decided to hand over Chanesar for one night to the Kauru, and it made angry to the Chanesar, and he divorced Leela, and then the sur is also steps on it. So that sur, its presentation and its thoughts focus on the relationship between women and husband, wife and husband, between one woman and the other woman, and all the relationships emerge from that commitment people made with one another, or people made to the earth, to their motherland, or people made that commitment to Almighty Allah. So it revolves around that that triangle of three persons: Chanesar, Leela, and Kauru. And among three persons, there is the necklace, and that necklace provides a very beautiful opportunity and provides that stuff of anger and conflict. So that necklace became the bone of content among those two persons with very much strong relationship, and that baith is मणियों हो न मणियों जो तू पसी हार हिरखिए, मणियों हो न मणियों जो तू पसी हार हिरखिए, असल हो अगियों संदो कूड़ कणियों, इन घोड़न है घणियों दोसनियों दूर कयो. So Leela Chanesar's context, as I said, based on famous Sindhi romance Leela, Chanesar and Kauru, Shah Latif transforms the folk tale into a Sufi allegory, or allegory based on human behavior. Chanesar symbolizes as the divine beloved ultimate truth. Leela represents the human soul, and the necklace symbolizes worldly greed and illusion. Kauru symbolizes the temptation or ego that distracts the seeker. Maniyu ho na maniyu jo tu pasi har hirkhiye. The jewel was not jewel at all, though you rejoiced on seeing it. In reality, they were merely false beads and imitation stones. Because of those deceptive ornaments, many have been separated from their beloveds. That is the literal translation of this bait. Now, if we are looking linguistically at this bait, then vocabulary is very much beautiful. Money, jewels, pearls. Hirki became delighted, rejoiced. In reality, asul, cool, false, kanyu, bead or part or imitation stones, dostanu from beloveds, dur kayo, called separation, made separate. Literary devices used in this bath are very beautiful, and symbolism and also contrast, appearance versus reality, repetition of word manu, emphasize on illusion of the world, moral allegory, metaphorical language. Philosophically, if we are looking at this way, then we can say that appearance versus reality makes many new things, creates many different things. The verse teaches that what appears valuable may actually be spiritually worthless. So, image and reality may not coincide and may not weigh with the same weight. So, greed, attachment to the material beauty, blinds human judgment, and it also uh, motivates to negate those relationships and commitments one has made with the other or with any other phenomenon of the world. Maya or illusion. The necklace represents temporary worldly attraction, and that attraction uh, tempts Leela, and she takes that necklace from Koru, and she gives against that necklace her husband to the Koru, and that was very negation to that relationship and commitment. Spiritual separation, worldly attachment creates distance between the seeker and the divine. Repentance, recognition of illusion is the first step towards spiritual return. Sufi interpretation of this faith can be explained in this way that in Sufi terminology, Janesar is divine truth, Leela is human soul, jewels are wealth, ego, power, desires, and separation is spiritual heedlessness or ghaflat. The soul loses divine intimacy whenever it exchanges eternal truth for temporary pleasures. Contemporary relevance of this faith is very pertinent, as this faith warns against consumerism. This whole world is entire full of consumerism. We are living in consumer world, and there are only two type of relations in this modern world, uh, delivered or derived by uh, market economy. They are, one is producer and the other is consumer. This, so it is called, this is age of sarfin, or this is age of consumers, and this is not age of ascetics or arfin. So in consumerism, we consume things, those we made, and those things we made are produced from natural resources, and in this way exhaustion of natural resources from oil to the gold, from gold to the lithium and gases and many other things, we feel and we face dearth of those things, and then the world tries to seek and search alternative resources, and even those resources are also consumed vehemently, and that's why we are very much prey to the consumer world or consumer market. And that consumer market is just like the saliva of rabies, and to whom it touches, everyone turns into that rabies and becomes very much consumer. Then materialism. Though the world is made of material, however, there is the part of human life, there are much more things that are non-material too. And now even it has been recognized that quantum physics has focused on that point, and we are moving and researching in this regard that there is much more non-material in this universe. There are not only things that we can call that they are material. So changing into materialism and material world, we have been derailed from that right path, and now we are chasing only profiteering by focusing on consumerism and materialism, and we have lost that path, and we are not recognizing those quanta of enlightenment, and so we are moving towards darkness. Then comes the corruption, and corruption from its scratch to the present level in the world has turned into a venture and investment or any entrepreneurship. So the corruption has turned the tables of the world and has thrown the majority of the people into an abyss of sufferings and non-availability of even basic amenities. Many people in third world countries, more than 70% are facing facilities of drinking safe water. They don't have it. They face the dearth of 2 square meals. They have no shelters. They have no transportation. They don't have hospitals and such things. They are because of that corruption. Corruption not only in material form or monetary form, but in moral form and in other forms, social form, economic form, and other forms too. So the world has been corrupted, and our thoughts, when we exploit any other person or any resource for our own benefits, and we are destroying the other person's resources, that is the corruption. And that corruption has disturbed the natural eco, and we are facing climatic influx effects also. Political greed. People have been politically greedy to capture the countries, to capture the areas, to capture the societies, and that is against the humanity and humanism. Social prestige is the consideration of class oriented society, and class oriented society makes the layers in the society, and those layers make inequality in the world, and because of that inequality, human beings, they have been created equally, but people have made distributed them among classes, and that is the exploitation of humanity. Obsession with possessions. People are looking everywhere, every time, saying that this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. The person who becomes very much powerful in the world, he says that this world is mine. And the person who is powerful in the home or household, he declares that everything is mine. And in that mind has destroyed the peace and security of the world. And that peace and security of world is very much necessary rather than that of that mind. So this myth imparts a very universal message. Shah Abdul Bhittai reminds us, not everything glittering is precious. As it is said that everything that glitters is not gold. Temporary gains can cost eternal values. We may not change our very commitment or very pledge or very promise to those material things, and we can make our and our entire life emerges from that commitment, and that commitment we can do with any person, with the society, with the soil, with the earth, with the creator, with any other person. So in this way, all of that commitment emerges from that pledge or that promise or that word. And temporary gains can cost eternal values. They destroy our values. Spiritual wisdom lies in distinguishing reality from illusion. We must distinguish between image and reality and illusion. Everywhere we are facing illusion, and we see the things with in duality. And by that duality, we have made all our recognizing base as illusion. We recognize the night because of day. We recognize day because of the night. We recognize life because of death. We recognize death because of life. So that is again illusion. Things are interconnected. We are living in shared world. Love of divine requires freedom from greed. So we must leave that greed. Concluding this whole discussion on this bed, we can say that this bed is not merely a criticism of Leela's mistake. It is a universal reflection on the human condition through simple Sindhi diction and profound symbolism. Shabdulati Bhitai teaches that the attachment to false attractions is inevitably distances the soul from its beloved. The path of return begins with recognizing illusion, repenting, and restoring one's devotion to earth. So this is all about this bath, and this bath provides us light, guidance, and advice about the life, that how we may live this life with those commitments and with those words of commitment we have made with any other. So, in the last, I am again repeating that bath. मणियूं हो न मणियूं जो तूं पसी हार विरखी असुल हो अॻियूं संदो कूड़ कणियूं इन घोड़नि है घणियूं दोस्तनियूं दूर कयूं. Thank you very much for watching me, and those friends who are watching online, I'm very much thankful to them, and all those people who will watch this video later on. They all are invited and requested to share their thoughts on this bed of Shabdalati Bhitai, and we will continue this discussion in this surah of Leela and Chan, and it is focusing on human relations, and that human relations we may get any way forward for this world, so as how we can live with peace and security in this world of consumerism. Thank you very much.